Hi everyone. Today I'm going to be going over the Selfie Challenge assignment just to sort of show you how to complete it and answer any frequently asked questions. So to access this assignment, you're going to click on, of course, Assignments, and then scroll down to the third drop box, which is the Selfie Challenge. And when you open it, it looks just like this. So the Selfie Challenge is kind of a fun assignment, and what you're going to do is you are going to sort of analyze two selfies of the same person. It can be you or it can be someone else. So a selfie is a photo that someone takes of themselves, often under special circumstances, either with someone special, at a special moment, a special place, or sometimes both. A selfie might be a self-created media experience that we use to represent ourselves. You are going to select two examples of your public self-representations or selfies from different sources. So it might be a profile picture, something on your smartphone, something from social media, a workplace profile, for example. So if you do not wish to use your own selfies, that's okay. You can include two different selfies from a celebrity that you can find online. So you're going to use Google Slides or any other slideshow program, and you are going to answer the following questions. You are going to compare and contrast the representations of yourself or a celebrity in these two selfies and explain how they are using symbolic codes, for example, the setting or the use of color, or technical codes. So it could be camera distance, camera angles, lighting, and composition. You need to refer to at least two codes, and you need to use bold to draw my attention to the terminology you use. So for example, when you're putting in the word color, you're going to bold that. When you're putting in a certain camera angle, you're going to bold the word camera angle or the word lighting to draw my attention to the two codes that you are discussing. Second question is describe the target audiences for each representation. How are the audiences different or how are they the same? How has each selfie been modified to appeal to or influence each target audience? So each answer to the questions above should be a minimum of 120 words for each question. So that means 240 words total. You can use, actually I'm going to change that. Actually, you can, that's okay. You can use point form notes here. It does not have to be full sentences or full paragraphs. Point form is okay. Or you can use sentences if you prefer it. Your slideshow must be easy to follow and be very organized. You are going to provide specific references to the material that you have learned about so far in this course. Specifically, you are going to reference something from Content Unit 1, Reproducing Sounds and Images, and you're going to be discussing the codes and conventions of still photography. So I'm just going to show you right here. So if you click on Content, and then you scroll down to Unit 1, open that up, and then when you see this one, Reproducing Sounds and Images, that's what you're referring to. It's this specific document that we read, right? So this is the one that you are going to be discussing, and this is generally what I talked about in our live lesson as well. So that's Reproducing Sounds and Images. Whoops. So that's what you're going to be referring to. You do not need to cite that. If it comes from our course, you don't have to include a bibliography. However, when you hand this in, I would like you to download it. When you are downloading from Slides, you are going to download it as a PDF of your text only, and you are going to link the slides doc in the comment section, and you are going to give me access as the editor of your document with that email address, andrea.taylor@tdsb.on.ca. The due date is October the 15th, and the ultimate deadline is October the 16th. So that means you can be a little bit late. What happened there? Love when this happens when I'm recording. So the ultimate deadline is October 16th. So that means you are handing it in October 15th. If you miss it, you only have 24 hours before that ultimate deadline pops up. And that's because our midterm marks are coming up soon, so you really need to get those handed in. So how is it being marked, right? The important stuff. So if you want to have a level 4, all of these things need to have a high degree of effectiveness. That means detail, it means being specific and concise, it means, doing all the things that I'm telling you to do. So that means demonstrating an understanding of target audiences, demonstrating an understanding of how camera angles, filters, cropping, etc., all of those codes affect selfies. For communication, you are communicating information and ideas clearly. using the correct use of spelling and grammar conventions, of course, and the slideshow needs to be easy to follow and organized. For application and thinking of an inquiry, you are going to discuss the codes and conventions, including symbolic codes, for example, setting, color, and technical codes, camera distance, camera angles, lighting, composition, and you have bolded your terms. In order to get level 4, you must bold your terms. So that's about it. So that's basically how I am going to be sort of evaluating that assignment. Now, of course, before we hand anything in, what are we going to open? Our course calendar, and we're going to look at the frequently asked questions. So hopefully everybody already submitted their representing your experience, challenge, and reflection, and we're going to scroll down to look at the Selfie assignment. Sorry, it's just moving really slow right now. Okay, so for your assignment, I have linked to the outline, which we just went over, and it is here. And the questions have been, what if I don't want to use my own selfie? That's weird. No problem. You can use 2 selfies taken by a celebrity if you prefer. What I'm marking is the analysis and not the photos themselves. I'm not marking the photos at all. I'm just seeing them so I can see what it is you're talking about in your analysis. What program do you use? You can use Google Slides or another presentation style slide program, something like PowerPoint, Prezi, doesn't matter which. Whatever you prefer is fine with me. What are you comparing and contrasting? You are comparing and contrasting symbolic codes. So for example, color, technical codes like lighting. For more information on those, of course, you're going to see content, Unit 1, reproducing sounds and images. So do you include references to your research? Yes, but you're not doing outside source research. You are only using content, Unit 1, reproducing sounds and images, and actually, and Miss Taylor's live lesson, right? So you can refer to the things that I'm talking about in my slide deck that we did live together. So no outside sources. No, do not use outside sources. Otherwise you will need a bibliography and works cited, and you don't want to do that, right? So no bibliography, no works cited. How many codes do you need to reference? You need at least 2 codes, and you have to use bold on the terminology to draw my attention to them. Also, some people have asked, is it only technical or symbolic, or can it be both? Right? No. Or can it be both? So it can be technical, symbolic, or both. Meaning, as long as you are discussing 2 different codes, the category does not matter. What that means is you don't have to have only technical, you don't have to have only symbolic, you can have one of each. The category doesn't matter to me as long as there are 2 codes. So how many slides long should it be? I can't tell you that. It really depends on the font, how many images you have, all of that kind of stuff. I am looking for 120 words per question and at least 2 pictures, and I don't want it to be tiny, tiny text. So ballpark might be 8 to 12 slides, it might be 6, it might be 5. It really depends on what you are discussing. I would say probably 8 would be about the minimum that you would want it, only because you don't want the text to be too small. So you just upload the slides, correct? No. You must also upload a PDF of just the text from your slides with no other images, no formatting, just a PDF of the writing part. Then you're going to add me as an editor to the slides doc, and you are going to include the link in the comment section the same way you did with your media files on the last assignment. So when is it due? October the 15th. Ultimate deadline is October the 16th. And that's basically it for that assignment. As I said, the credit rescue is coming up, which means midterm marks are coming up. So credit rescue is going to be October 21st, but we'll talk about that at another time. So that is basically it. So when you are uploading, I'm just going to go back to assignments here. Actually, I was already in there. That's okay. You are going to click on the Selfie Challenge. And when you scroll down, you are going to get to the part where you actually submit, add a file. You're going to add your PDF of just the text part, and then right here you're going to copy and paste the Google Doc link or the slides link, and you are not going to forget, of course, to add my email as editor so that I can see the whole history of your document. That is key. If you don't do those steps, I will not be able to see it, and if I can't see it, I can't mark it. You don't want to lose marks over a technicality. So please make sure that you give me permission to view using my email, or sorry, permission to edit using my email, and you're going to submit a PDF file of just the text. So that's everything. I hope it was clear, but if there are any more questions, please don't hesitate to ask, and I look forward to seeing your assignments.